Imagine being thousands of miles away from home. Imagine being in the middle of the biggest tournament of your career. Imagine preparing for the match that could secure your Wimbledon seating. And then your phone lights up. Messages pour in. Your heart stops. The Philippines, your home, your family, your people has been hit by a terror that no words can describe. A 7.8 magnitude earthquake, one of the strongest in half a century. The ground shook, buildings collapsed, lives were lost. And Alex Eala, the champion who has faced down every opponent, every injury, every doubt, was left completely speechless. She could not hold her racket. She could not focus on her match. She could only stare at her phone, scrolling through images of destruction, reading messages from friends who were trapped, praying for family members she could not reach. Today on TopSpin, we are telling a different kind of story. Not about victory, not about trophies, about heartbreak, about a nation in pain, and about what Alex Eala is doing right now to help her people. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. June 8, 2026, 7:37 a.m. The people of Mindanao were starting their day. Children were getting ready for school. Parents were heading to work. Markets were opening. Life was normal. And then, in an instant, everything changed. A 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck offshore, southwest of Masim town in Sarangani province. The Cotabato Trench, the same undersea depression that triggered a deadly tsunami in 1976, had awakened. The ground shook violently, buildings swayed, people screamed, and when the shaking stopped, the devastation was unimaginable. As of the latest reports, at least 37 people have lost their lives. Nearly 500 are injured. Over 20,000 people have been displaced, forced to flee their homes and seek shelter in evacuation centers, and the numbers are still climbing. General Santos City, known as the country's tuna capital, is one of the hardest hit. At least 13 people were killed in collapsed buildings. A supermarket crumbled, trapping people inside. Rescuers are still searching through the rubble, hoping to find survivors. In Sarangani province, at least 18 people died, mostly in a landslide that buried houses in the mountainside town of Glan. Entire families lost, entire neighborhoods destroyed. The images are devastating, the stories are heartbreaking. Over 2,500 houses have been damaged, 117 government buildings and facilities are destroyed. The international airport in General Santos remains shut, forcing the cancellation of 63 domestic flights. Roads are cracked, bridges are collapsed, power grids are down, communications are spotty, and the terror is not over. More than 1,000 aftershocks have been recorded, some as strong as magnitude 6.7. Every rumble sends people running into the streets, reliving the trauma. Children are too scared to sleep. Parents are too scared to let them out of their sight. The ground that was once stable is now a source of constant fear. This is what Alex Eala woke up to. This is the news that stopped her heart. This is the disaster that left her speechless.
The news reached Alex Eala in London. She was at the HSBC Championships, preparing for the biggest match of her career. Her mind was on Ivanovic, on Wimbledon, on seeding, on history. And then her phone buzzed. Then another buzz. Then another. She picked it up. She read the headlines. Her face went pale. Her hands started shaking. According to sources close to her team, Eala immediately tried to call her family, her parents, her brother, her relatives in Manila and beyond. The calls would not go through. The networks were down. Panic set in. She tried again, and again, and again. Nothing. For hours, she did not know if her family was safe. She did not know if her home was still standing. She did not know if the people she loved were alive or gone. She was thousands of miles away, powerless, helpless, terrified. Her coach tried to calm her. He reminded her that she had a match to play. He reminded her of the stakes. She looked at him. Her eyes were red. She said, "How can I play when my country is falling apart?" He had no answer. She posted a message on social media. It was brief. It was emotional. It was from the heart. She wrote, "I am heartbroken, praying for everyone affected by the earthquake in Mindanao. Please stay safe. Please check on your loved ones. I am with you in spirit. We will get through this together." The post went viral within minutes. Thousands of Filipinos responded. Some shared their own stories of survival. Others thanked her for thinking of them. Others simply posted praying hands emojis. The support was overwhelming, but it did not ease the pain. Later, when she finally got through to her family, the relief was overwhelming. Everyone was safe. But not everyone in the Philippines was as lucky, and that knowledge, that survivor's guilt, weighed heavily on her. She was safe, her family was safe, but 37 families were not, and more than 20,000 people had lost their homes. She had to do something.
Champions are not defined by their victories. They are defined by what they do when their people are suffering. And Alex Eala is proving that she is a champion in every sense of the word. First, she is using her platform. On social media, she has been sharing links to reputable relief organizations, the Philippine Red Cross, the Office of Civil Defense, local government units accepting donations. She is not just asking people to pray, she is asking them to act. Her millions of followers are listening. Second, she is organizing a fundraising campaign. According to sources, Eala is working with her management team to set up a donation drive. A portion of her prize money from the HSBC Championships and upcoming tournaments will be donated to earthquake relief efforts. She has also reached out to her sponsors, including Babolat, asking them to match donations. The details are still being finalized, but her commitment is clear. She will not abandon her people. Third, she is planning a visit. Once the HSBC Championships are over, once her Wimbledon preparations are complete, she intends to travel to Mindanao. Not for a photo op, not for publicity, to see the damage for herself, to meet the survivors, to offer comfort in person. Her team is coordinating with local officials to ensure that her visit is helpful, not disruptive. This is not the first time Alex Eala has responded to a disaster in the Philippines. In 2022, after a magnitude 7 earthquake hit Abra, she dedicated her quarterfinal win at the W25 El Espinar Segovia to the affected families. She wrote on social media, "I was saddened to hear about the earthquake back home, so this win goes out to all the affected families." That was Alex Eala at 17. This is Alex Eala at 21, still caring, still fighting, still remembering where she came from. There had been false claims in the past about Eala making massive donations. Rappler debunked a claim that she donated $500 million to disaster survivors. Another claim about her donating prize money to a homeless shelter was also false. But the absence of confirmed reports does not mean she is not helping. It simply means she is not seeking publicity for her generosity. That is who Alex Eala is. She does not need a press release to do the right thing.
When news of the earthquake spread, the tennis world did not stay silent. Players, commentators, and organizations reached out to Alex Eala with messages of support. Eva Jovic, her opponent and friend, posted a message on social media. She wrote, "My heart is with Alex and everyone in the Philippines. Stay strong. We are all praying for you." Coco Gauff also reached out privately. According to sources, she sent a personal message to Eala, offering to help in any way she could. The two have had their differences, but in times of crisis, those differences fade away. The WTA released an official statement, quote, "The WTA is deeply saddened by the devastating earthquake in the Philippines. Our thoughts are with the victims, their families, and all those affected. We stand with Alex Eala and the Filipino people during this difficult time." End quote. The Birmingham Open organizers, who renamed their tournament after Eala, also issued a statement. They announced that a portion of ticket sales from next year's event would be donated to earthquake relief efforts in the Philippines. Even fans around the world joined the effort. Hashtags like Pray for Mindanao, Philippines Earthquake, and Alex Eala trended globally. Fans shared fundraising links. Fans offered their condolences. Fans showed that the tennis community is a family, and when one member is hurting, everyone feels it. Let us take a step back. Because this story is not about tennis. It is about humanity. It is about a young woman who, in the middle of the most important week of her career, stopped thinking about herself and started thinking about her people. Alex Eala has achieved so much: the titles, the rankings, the history. She has a tournament named after her. She has been offered millions of dollars. She has beaten the best players in the world. But none of that matters if she forgets where she came from, and Alex Eala has not forgotten. When the earthquake struck, she could have ignored it. She could have focused on her match. She could have let her management team handle the response. But she did not. She stopped. She prayed. She posted. She planned. She acted. Because that is who she is, a champion on the court and a champion off it. The Filipino people are resilient. They have survived typhoons, volcanoes, earthquakes, and pandemics. They have faced adversity again and again, and every time they have risen. Alex Eala is proof of that resilience. She is proof that Filipinos can achieve anything, and she is proof that success does not have to change who you are at your core.
The earthquake in Mindanao will be remembered for the destruction it caused, the lives lost, the families displaced, the buildings crumbled. But it will also be remembered for the response, the heroism of first responders, the generosity of strangers, the prayers of millions, and the compassion of a 21-year-old tennis player who, when her country needed her, did not hesitate. Alex Eala was left speechless when she heard the news, but her actions speak louder than any words ever could. She is raising funds, she is raising awareness, she is raising hope, and that is something that no earthquake can ever destroy. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.